Hey, good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we embark on Tuesday. It is Super Tuesday across America.
Oh, it's Trump Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what you.
That's all it's going to be.
That's what we think. I think Nikki knows how this is going to end up. And as you bring that up, who is voting today? Let me show you this. I got this from Daily Mail. This is the 10 states that will vote today. As you come across Tennessee, Maine, Utah, Minnesota, Vermont, Massachusetts, Alaska is in there, Virginia, North Carolina, Texas, Bama, Colorado, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and California. Those are your 10 states that are voting today. It's a mighty powerful day.
Wasn't it New Hampshire that Trump won by 80-something%?
Possible North Dakota, he got that last night. Another feather in his hat. She
80%?
did. We give it credit where credit is due. She took liberal Washington, D.C. by storm.
No, Mississippi does not vote today.
I think it's the 12th that we will go to the polls and vote. We'll also be voting in the race that Roger Whittaker is in. We'll be out and about. Somebody's coming to town today to Dumont Plaza, I think around 10 or 11. We'll drop by there also today to get a little footage and see what's going on with that.
Make a day of it, a morning of it. Go find you a parking place right down there. At 9:30, go by the Liberty Shop.
Yeah.
Get your sloop shoes, and then go right there to Dumont Plaza and see what's going on with the political talk. And you got your new shoes, made in America, made in Mississippi, made in Meridian.
That was fun. I've never been through one of them before. And I learned so much about how shoes are made. I'm telling you, they can take them little hammers and you don't realize what goes into a pair of shoes. And I joked with him as I looked down at my boots and I thought, boy, I bet this is tough. I'd never really thought about it.
And the pieces,
there's plenty
26 individual pieces that they're sitting there sewing together.
Man, them ladies, they can whoop it up in the sewing department.
Oh, man.
I can't even, if I rip my britches, I don't know how to even do that. As a kid, they used to sew them up for you. My wife won't do that for me.
You got to get that string in the eye, and it.
Yeah, I ain't good at it.
It doesn't work. So LaWanda says, is anyone running against Whittaker?
Yes,
there is. One of them fellers is going to be here today that we're talking about at Dumont Plaza this morning.
Hang on here. I got a picture of his bus on my phone, I'll tell you.
Yeah, he does have a picture of his bus. I didn't save it.
It was sent to me yesterday. I'm going to get like 900 of these a day. So I'll find it here in just a second and figure out who that is that's going to be there. Yeah. Wait a minute. Here we go.
There it is right there.
Gannon Burton. He's the tough guy, the colonel that he goes by.
That's right.
The other guy's really nice too. I bumped into him. It'll come back to me in a minute what his name is. Real good folks. Our special guest this morning. Let's show a picture here. Let's cut across here. I know you from somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. The road foreman.
Good morning.
Look,
the hardest job in Lauderdale County, sitting right there.
I was told that you were a big fan, that years ago you never missed an episode of Baywatch. Any truth to that?
I don't know about that.
Come on now. Did y'all know, and this is kind of like breaking news, they're coming out with a new 2024 Baywatch. They're doing a remake.
Is Hasselhoff, or what was his name?
Well, rumor is that one of the lifeguards is going to be, what's her name? Roseanne Barr. How do y'all feel about that? Can't y'all see her?
Her and Hasselhoff, I guess they'd make a good pair. Dun, 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 dun.
Actually, I don't know who's going to be in it, but it is coming back to TV. Everything, y'all think back on this, everything that was canceled, they got rid of cops, anything that the liberals could think of, they threw it off television. Now they're trying to pull it back. Well, that's offensive.
Well, it's because nobody's smart enough to write their own deadgum show. You want another show? Well, we'll write one.
They truly, the only thing that hadn't been touched is Andy Griffith, and it had too much morals.
No, I can't
them to
say
redo.
that. I hadn't watched the new Matlock, but they've changed that. I do have to watch that because that is my
Who
favorite
could
show.
take Texas Ranger Walker and ruin it? They did.
Yeah, with the same character.
I mean, Walker comes out in everything that he done on that Chuck Norris. It was always had a good motive to the end of it. You never saw him drinking. The first 3 minutes of that new one had the new guy playing Walker drunk in the back of a truck. And I'm like, set an example.
It's kind of like screwing up.
Boy, you scared me
Dukes
there
of
for a
Hazzard.
second. Yeah, they messed that one up major.
I mean, they hit that out of the park.
Uncle Jesse's
messing it up.
dumbling out of a porta potty.
With the governor with a joint in his hand.
They even had nudity in the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, and all we had was Daisy.
I had to watch the scene 5 times to make sure I saw what it was. I'm like, Odie, do you see that? I can't believe this.
Let me rewind it and watch again.
With all sincerity, that totally shocked me for what it was. But as you go back, I should have known better. As you looked at the cast that were going to be in it, that guy, that Johnny Knox guy, he's not, in my opinion, one of those guys that is a stand-up actor. He'd done that show, Blank, Dumb, Jack, and we'll leave it at that show. And I should have known with him, but being in a show like that it was going to be that way.
We sitting at the house, me and the wife, the other night.
He still got her, y'all.
And she's still hanging with me. And I said, let me just find something to watch. And it's called The Circle. And I pulled it up. And I said, well, we're going to sit here and see what it's like. So I pulled it up and we started watching it. Let me tell you something.
What's that?
I continued to watch it because it is we'll say it's a scary movie. This is a scary movie that even you can watch.
A scary movie I can watch.
This will tell you what.
Is it about a man dropping $100 and not finding it?
No, I wish it was.
That's scary.
What the majority, and I say the majority because not all of them, millennials think in this new age with AI and this technology that we've got. Go on Netflix and watch The Circle. Now, yes, just go with it.
The Circle?
And watch the whole thing, yeah. And at the end, you will see.
I'm calling Greg on you. You done gone off deep end.
I told Greg to watch this too. He was supposed to watch it last night. I think him and RW was going to do it while they were talking about RW's wedding. But that will scare you to death because this is their actual mindset. This is what they think. This is what they want to do, and it is the technology that they're pushing on the rest of the world. I'm not going to give it away because you need to go see it. It's got Tom Hanks in it, if that'll help you any.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a breaking. Let's just flip the camera over here. This is the text that I just got. Rush.
Uh-oh.
Says, "OMG! I did not know that Lauderdale County had its very own RIP."
I like that.
We hate to pick on you there, but
It's
boy,
all good.
They already paid attention to you this morning. Well, the cowboy hat's the first time you wore the cowboy hat with us.
I did this for you.
There you go. Look at that. It's catching.
Yeah, I'm a great value, Scotty Ray.
Yeah, see, mine, at least your beard's one color. Mine is starting to show. What is this stuff in it? It's called gray?
You got to wash that gray right out of your hair.
He's going to go into the Underalls commercial next. We'll be right back as we'll get with Rush to find out what's going on in Lauderdale. There's a lot of questions of this bridge, that bridge, when is it going to be open? This is the man that kind of has it all on a notebook or in his head that knows when things are going to be happening. And as always, there's questions of why, and well, he can tell us the whys. Sometimes it doesn't happen as fast as we want him to.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Y'all stay with us, and we'll be right back around the corner.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And one of the most horrifying things happened yesterday. As we were wrapping up everything in Sloop, we walked outside and I started getting messages. There's been a wreck. There's been a bad wreck. I spoke to Jody Pennington. 3 helicopters were inbound to I-20. And that's what went on yesterday as we take a look at this. This is a bird's eye view over the bridge. As we go here, look at this pickup truck here. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's not the clearest, but we look at, there's hardly anything left of that. As we come across the medical people, there's a copter. As we keep coming, here's the aftermath there. Now, the best I can tell, look at that.
That is, you know, a dramatic deal for that trash truck to be hurt the way it is. That truck.
As you can see, helicopters there lined up in the middle of the road. I mean, that's horrifying. And the best what is being told on this is, and this is a guess because we don't know until more studies or investigation is done on this. From what I'm understanding is the garbage truck was headed the opposite direction, ran through the median, and ran into traffic on the other side. It has all of the earmarks of a medical emergency, is what it sounds like. Do y'all remember the wreck and think, fortunately, there was no one hurt, where the log truck driver had a heart attack and went off in the woods?
Yes, up there in Tombsuba.
Yeah, and this could very well be something like this. But what we have is 3 people that are critical, 2 critical, 5 injured, and 3 that were airlifted to the hospital. No names have been listed.
Yeah, and we don't want that right now. That's just too much to put out. But Austin said 2 separate jaws of life systems used, 2 fire engines, 3 fire departments, 3 ambulances, 3 helicopters, multiple law enforcement and Newton EMA, all on scene there.
Man.
And our prayers go out to the family, to the ones who were involved with this. But every single person that was on that scene helping them all the way down. Simmons Wreckers had 3 or 4 of their big wreckers out there. Even those guys, prayers go out to them because they have to deal with the aftermath as well. But everybody that was involved, and each one of the people who had to be airlifted or just taken to the hospital, our prayers go out to each and every one of y'all. The Lord put his hands on y'all. Man.
So think about them. Garbage trucks are a lot heavier than a pick-em-up truck. And I think there were several other cars involved. And even the truck there, as you mentioned, the garbage truck damaged it. So it was bad one there. So traffic was stalled for quite a while as it inched along. And everybody was taking Old 80 to go around all of that. So, oh boy. Just something to think on. Again, our special guest this morning, Rush. And we welcome you into the show. Let's cut the camera back across the room, and there he is there. We're getting some ladies talking about the hat, too, going, whoa, hat boy.
And they thought they were all the way over there in Yellowstone, but nope, we're in Lauderdale.
Where do we want to start with bridges? What bridge do you want to begin with?
Pine Springs Road.
All right, let's go there. Tell us where the situation is, what's done, and when you think it'll be done.
So probably a little bit has changed since last time I was on here. I don't think construction had started.
No, it had not.
Obviously, it has started now. Contractor Beacon Construction was awarded that project. I want to say back early December. They broke ground sometime after the 1st, I believe, and have been chipping away, doing things in preparation for the short window of opportunity that we got clearance from Mississippi Power with the transmission line that's overhead right there. And of course, that short window of opportunity is April 1st through April 14th.
So you got to be hustling for that 2-week period.
that critical time on that bridge is needed because obviously you got a transmission, high voltage, extremely high voltage, and we've got crane work that needs to be done in order to drive pilings on the east side of that bridge.
I'm going to say 4 spotters.
Yeah. I would say a full crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the window that we've been given to get that done.
And how many pilings will have to be driven during that time?
I think just 4. It's only
So
on
that's
the east
doable.
Side. It's manageable right now.
Y'all notice the wording?
I think it's doable. We're not going to look at what the other side is. We're going to make it happen. And I'm thankful that the contractor that was awarded jumped in and got to work as quick as they could and have taken the necessary steps to do everything they can outside of driving those pilings on the east side. It's beneficial for sure.
Outside of that window, when would full completion be? What's the projection of that?
Probably end of May, 1st of June.
So by summertime, we should have this up and going.
We should.
Now, let me ask the dirty question, and this is the bad part. When was this bridge closed? Somebody asked me that, and I had no answer. It just seems like a long, long time at this point.
To be honest, I don't know the exact date. I try to block that stuff out.
Would you say a year, 2?
I think about a year. It's sat just kind of what everybody says, nothing going on. Right. Obviously, when a bridge gets shut down, especially by outside consultants or by the state, obviously we kind of get caught with our pants down. That's the best way I can describe it.
Would you say that it was unexpected, that y'all had no idea that it was going to get an inspection, where they said it's got to be closed?
Yes, it's not like that, because we do know that inspections are coming, and we do know, kind of the general conditions that the bridge is in. Now, obviously, there's things that can dramatically affect that throughout the course of a year. Really, throughout the course of a storm event. I mean, there's lots of factors to that, but we have a general idea of the conditions of these bridges, and there's some of them that when they're getting inspected, the whole time I'm just holding my breath like, whew, please don't.
Once they shut these bridges down, whether it's y'all that shut it down at a time that you feel like is best, or the state comes in and shuts them down, now this is not something that you just go get parts off of a lot and start putting together. You've got to work with the supervisors and then put this out for bid, and then look at how to draw this thing out, and then get parts to go with it. So this is not something that you turn around and going to fix in a day or a week. It's going to take some time. What are the steps that you have to go through when a bridge shuts down from where it starts to where you get a contractor?
Most certainly. And of course, I think you were on the fast track version of that. Dealing with the supervisors and getting those things approved, and even the bid process, those are really the quick things. Those are the things we do day in, day out. Not really that complicated. The design approval, the right-of-way acquisition, all of those things are what are typically so timely and time-consuming. Because our funding for bridge replacements comes from the state, all of our plans, designs, everything has to go back to the Office of State Aid Road Construction.
So there's no way that, like, in the back of your mind, if you knew a bridge was not the best, to go ahead and have something drawn up before it's inspected. Is that possible? Would that speed things up any?
Most certainly. I will give the example of Dale Drive. We knew Dale Drive that bridge was in poor shape. It was posted. Had a lot of rapid deterioration that we were seeing. And we had been planning and working on that design, the coordination of when that bridge would be shut down, when it was least impactful to that community, for about a year and a half prior to actually closing it down and starting construction. Ideally, that's how you want all bridges to go. The unfortunate part is we have way too many bridges in Lauderdale County that are old structures that have been neglected. Just A lot of that, more than you can really shake a stick at right now. This is something that's going to be,
because this is really starting to be the model everywhere you go. Well, Marion, what can we learn from Marion and how that was handled and moving forward and apply that to other areas? What can we do with that, or is that even possible to use that?
For sure, and we do that. Unfortunately, we have so many structures, so many bridges, and almost 1/3 of them being over 75 years old, which has just exceeded its useful life. It's impossible to be totally proactive with bridges in Lauderdale County at this moment in time. I'm around to tell you, 10, 15 years from now that we're a lot different, but it's not the case today.
So we're looking at if you live in that area and if you're anywhere out there coming off of Allen Swamp Road, when you come across Palmer Flats is where this is at. And we're hoping June 1 maybe? Is that our...
Yeah, I don't promise dates. Just because...
I don't blame you there.
It
gets you in trouble, won't it?
It will. But I feel confident saying the end of May, 1st of June, I feel like completion will be done with that.
All right, that's up and coming. We got more coming up with Rushes this morning comes along. We'll move to another area of what's going on in Lauderdale County in just a moment. Y'all stay with us.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Welcome back. I had a lot of comments overnight that said, what is up with all the woo-woo lights? I saw the sheriff's department come by here, boogie there, boogie there. And all that could come to mind was, I fought the law and the law won.
Yeah.
That happened there. 49th Avenue, as we're going down I-20 last night, they attempted to pull over a car. They decided that, they didn't want to stop there, about 62 miles an hour. They take a right and head down 49th, cross the co-op and blow past the Budweiser plant.
They didn't stop and get another drink.
Nope. Matter of fact, they didn't even stop at the next stop sign up there. Poof, right through it. All the way up and took a left on 8th Street.
Skipped by McDonald's and everything.
Right
Burger
through there.
King, all that.
By the time we get to Walmart, we're running 102 miles an hour. Boogie there, boogie there. They would go all the way out toward Collinsville. Here they go. Oh. And as we brought up Allen Swamp Road, Hookston Road, which is on the right-hand side of the road, is where they would turn.
Shortcut back to...
Yeah, that was a mistake, Odie.
Uh-oh.
That's where we lost control.
Was it too short of a cut?
It was too short of a cut. And the female driver was arrested and taken into custody. Now, we don't know the reason for running or why. One can only make your mind wonder why someone would want to run from the law. They got bigger issues since they done that.
Yeah.
Man alive, couldn't phone a friend.
I promise you'll be better off if you just pull over.
You will be.
Put it in park and just, yes, sir.
Now,
yes,
before
ma'am.
anybody starts going, why they changed, there was the road conditions were good. There was not any traffic that was all the way up 49th. There wasn't even a single car they passed. It was very light traffic last night. They always, and again, let me point this out on all these chases that I follow. When it becomes a danger, they back off. Let the bad guy go. They 90% of the time know the tag number and where to go afterwards. But this person just couldn't, because that's a sharp turn.
It
and
is
it's got that
sharp.
little, and it goes back up to go toward Allen Swamp Road. Right there, that was Brown's Grocery forever. So do it outdoors now. Right before
right
you get there.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hood fly open on me one time right there going to Philadelphia.
I've had that once. That right there we call the pucker factor.
Yes, sirree, it happens.
That will
you have to hang
scare
your
you.
head out the window till you can stop it.
Look like Ace Ventura
It would-
driving down the road.
Me and Steve O'Connor, I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
That happened some time ago. But that did happen last night, if y'all wanting to know what that was. I got a lot of comments. And let me tell you something. Anthony Chancellor,
He looks good in the Barry yacht.
he's hanging out in the Barry yacht. It's been let's pull this up here. Uh-oh. Here's Anthony. He's made an arrest. Let's go ahead and just click on our story to find out more about this exciting details of what could be coming on here. Let's take a look back here. That's what it'll look like over there at the Barry yacht.
Yeah, but you know, Skidmore's is probably fixing him a tray of good food.
There you go. Danny Ray Busby of Needham, Alabama, commercial burglary of a church. Ouch. That's not good. On February 5th, as I can talk, Clark County deputies responded to a church burglary. They're on County Road 412 near the Alabama state line. Busby has been taken into custody in Wilcox County, Alabama, and is awaiting extradition back over to the Barry yacht.
So a church burglary?
Church burglary. That's like,
Well,
you
that
don't do
cigarette
that.
ain't gonna be the hottest thing you get. You might as well get used to it if you don't change your ways. But it doesn't matter what you do. The Lord Jesus Christ can change your life.
Can do. We got a Lauderdale County man down at the Barry yacht as we go here to take a look. Here's another view of that. Wow, wow. What did this gentleman do as we go here to find out? Was arrested in Enterprise for trespassing, felony malicious mischief, misdemeanor possession of controlled substance, and attempted to kick in a door. That will get Anthony's attention, and, well, even gets Harold involved in this situation.
You know, we've got to say something about Harold.
What's he been up to?
Barry got Harold a girlfriend.
You are kidding me.
No, I couldn't believe it. So, on our show, with Barry and Harold, it was going to be two butt farms. But now Harold's
Watch
got
yourself.
a girlfriend, and I guess we got, is it 3 butt farms?
Something like that. It's something like that.
And then if we've got a bunch of little butts,
Has she got to leave?
I don't know.
I mean, surely he couldn't kick his girlfriend out.
Well, he took away the cousins when he got rid of the 3 goats.
That's right.
He's been mean to Harold. Maybe Harold to get him a little Harold.
Don't forget, coming up, we're going to be going back in time and history today to test y'all's knowledge of what's going on there. A couple of more bridges as we cut back across here and talk to Rush. Where are we going to next? We got several other bridges with some issues that we're working on, don't we?
We do. I guess probably I've seen some comments about Wildcat. I'll address that one. So the reason Wildcat is not paved is because that was an LSBP project. LSBP does
That's my next question. What's that mean?
Well, that is one of the 2 pots of money or funds of money that the county receives from the state to either make bridge replacements or repairs. LSBP, there's a certain deterioration rate that the bridge has to be in order to qualify for this type funding. LSBP funds only replace the structure. They do not have anything to do with the road surface. That's something that has to be handled outside. The unfortunate part about Wildcat was we opened it up with the willingness of the contractor around Christmas because they were done with the structure. The remaining work they could do under traffic and allowed us to open the road back up. Unfortunately, our paving machine has been down for about almost 2 months now.
So Lauderdale County has its own paving machine instead of
Most certainly.
sub. Is it cheaper to do that?
It is. Of course, typically I don't like to mix contractor work and county work just because coordination issues and ultimately the end result's usually not favorable. If the contractor's working on it, I would prefer them to complete it. But with it being LSBP and this not being in the
No way
project
around
scope, yeah. So those type projects are the county's responsibility to follow back up and overlay or contract out to overlay that small portion.
So what's our projection there of end date with pavement? Do we have one? Any day now?
Any day.
We
Soon
like
as-
those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as soon as Puckett calls and says our paving machine's been repaired and we can go pick it up, that's where we're headed. So just bear with us a little bit longer.
That's on the way there. So
right.
Wildcat, y'all be ready. You'll have a road before long. That is good news. More on the way with that. 7:29. Let's go to radar real quick. And let me show everyone what's going on with the weather this morning of what we've got, what to expect today. Now, severe weather is coming on Friday for our area. Here's where we are this morning. Let's pull up radar. Right here, we've got a lot of fog here in the Mississippi Delta. Our area all clear right now. Rain in Tupelo and down south. Look at this. Whoo, on the coast. Out to our west, we've got a lot of rain moving in from Monroe back this way. Now, let's look at the severity side here for today. Let's turn this on. As you'll see, this is not going to get to the Meridian area at all. This is going to stay west of us in the Mississippi Delta, all the way down here to Jones County, Hattiesburg, Laurel. You're going to be included in this level 1. Newton, Scott County looks good here. Well, Scott County is involved in it as we get into Attala County. And just a very, very small portion here of Jasper County falling under this Bay Springs area. Outside of that, everything east of there is not under any threat for today. So severe weather to our west, but this will change when we move into Friday to where south of I-20 at this point is a level 2. Could be severe. We don't want anybody to be caught off guard. Follow us, and we'll let you know what the weather is going to do. Now, we do have a 90% chance of showers for today.
Yeah, it's going to be wet today. You can just go ahead and mark that down. Get your umbrella before you go out the door. Take it with you because you are going to need that.
It could happen before 5 o'clock. It most likely will there. High of 72. We got all that and so much more up and coming. We'll be right back. We'll go back in history and, well, we're going to beat up on Rush a little bit more. He's got questions he ain't answered yet.
Hey, but you know, Rip's bad, though.
Oh,
he can take it.
He ain't put on his gloves yet. He always puts on the gloves, don't he?
Yeah, he does.
Especially when it comes to motorcycle guys camping out.
As long as he doesn't say we're going to the train station, I'll be all right.
We'll be right back.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we move it. Already 7:30.
Golly, this day has gone by pretty quick already.
How do you like being compared to Tim McGraw as we look at these comments here, getting some Tim McGraw?
That's pretty good stuff.
So you like Tim McGraw better, or do you like the Rip reputation? Which one's better?
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
There you go.
Oh, Tim. Tim is really, he may be Democrat, but he truly is a good person. I give Tim for that. If he gives you his word, he sticks to it.
Well, that's not really a Democrat.
Well, that's true.
Some of them are good, though. I got some good Democrats.
But for the most part, you know, he's remained quiet about his political beliefs. In the end, one day, I think you'll see him running for office. I do think that will come. With stardom, people want to try it.
Well,
you're fired. Turned into something big, didn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to 1836. What could happen on this day that long ago that would be important? Old boy invented something. He come up with the idea, and it would make it to the manufacturing line today. And the very first one rolled off the assembly line, and it was the Colt pistol. Samuel Colt invented it.
No more spears.
Man, that was a smart guy.
That's a lot of moving parts in one little. You had to manufacture that with a file.
That was the thing that won the West. If you had a Colt, It was the premier weapon back in the day. So we remember that. Do you remember? I know Greg remembers this. If you remember watching Bitson, anybody remember that?
Yep.
Did they ever tell what political party he was?
I don't think so.
But
Not that I remember.
He reminds
anyway.
me a lot about Joe. They have a lot in common. They usually have to have somebody direct them and tell them where to go. The governor, James Noble, the guy that played that part, he was bungling, and, well, it took Benson to get him to get everything done. He just had no clue.
Yeah.
But it was a funny show. This guy right here with the mustache, he was in several other shows, and I'm drawing a blank of where he was.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he's played in a bunch. He's been support on a lot of stuff.
And that chick there, she could hurt y'all. I want y'all to know that. She could have been in the WWE. Just telling. I loved Quantum Leap, the original one. Did you ever watch it?
A few episodes.
Ziggy?
It wasn't bad. Ziggy was the machine.
Scott, the guy that played the main part, would go on to play in NCIS in New Orleans.
Yeah.
But if you remember this guy, Dean Stockwell, he played the guy that transported him to all the different locations. I enjoyed it. It was pretty neat for that thought of you could go back in time and fix something that was wrong.
Well, but when you show up, you have no idea who you are, where you are, why you're there.
Occasionally, he was a woman. He'd fit right in these days.
Yeah, wouldn't nobody know any difference.
Yeah, that was true. Night Court. Let's go back to 1954. Marcia Warfield was born. You do remember her from Night Court. There she was.
I hadn't watched this new Night Court.
He's
only, in there, yeah.
That's it. But I don't know if it's good or bad.
I don't either.
But yet again, as you pointed out earlier, they can't come up with a TV show all by themselves anymore.
Come on now. Use your imagination. Oh, wait a minute. I bet half of them didn't have to go outside and play Rudapeg in the front yard. And,
wait a minute.
Rush. I bet Rush had Tonkas.
What?
Rudapeg.
What is Rudapeg?
You know where you and your friends stood there and you had to toss the knife up and it had to stick in the ground and...
Rudapeg?
Yeah, because there was a little peg that you would stick in the ground, and everybody that
my mama
hit, and then the last one had to root.
My mama told me not to play with you. I couldn't come down your street. What were you going to ask Rush over there?
I said, like Rush, he grew up playing with Tonka toys. I know he did.
Oh, man, I had this cool... They were metal back in the day. Do y'all remember that?
You had to use your imagination and build bridges and build roads and... you had to come up with things to do. And nobody nowadays, you can't come up with imagination on, what do you call those? Ataris and Nintendos.
My problem with all of those games...
Mumbly Peg, that's the same
I was
thing.
not coordinated enough to... I just never was that good.
Well, Atari, we had a handle and a button. And now Nintendo's got 300 buttons on the front. But
Rush, did you ever do this? Were you a big fan? And let me just, I got to know. In your CD collection in high school, maybe you still got it. Were you ever an Andy Gibb fan? Was that your thing?
I have no clue who that is. That's probably before my time.
I don't think I know him either.
Wasn't he a part of the Bee Gees? Andy Gibb, that whole thing?
Oh, wasn't that? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I can tell.
I like the Bee Gees, but
I think he was a part of that family there. I don't know who ever told him that was a good-looking way to dress, but they were wrong. You'll never catch Meridian's best-dressed man wearing that.
No, I don't think Harry sells anything quite like that.
1963, one of the biggest tragedies would happen in country music on this day. We would lose 4 people. Hackshaw Hawkins. We would also lose Cowboy Copus, and Patsy Cline and a pilot would go down in a plane today. 1963, as the Opry Stars, there was debris scattered everywhere, and they would lose their lives in this. It would be the first of many that would lose their life this way. But that did happen on this day. Patsy, of course, a living legend. Not a living legend. I said that wrong. A legend.
A legend.
Let me change that. 1975, this was different. He got his daughter. A lot of people didn't realize this was his daughter that done the duet with this. And I ain't even going to ask Rush on this because I'm afraid he wouldn't know. But there's many, many people that remember when Conway came out, he had this old girlfriend. And he moves off because he told her he was too young. Then he decided, well, he wanted her after all. Don't Cry Joni hit the radio airways today. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah. Oh, Conway.
Well, that was good. That was his daughter that said, look at him. He ain't got a clue.
For my time, too.
But I married your best friend. I can't remember what his best friend's name was. He goes off and joins the military, I think, and settles down somewhere else. And she marries his best friend while he was gone. He waited too long.
That's tragic.
I know you know who Eva Mendez is, don't you? Let's show a picture. Maybe that'll help. You know her?
I do.
Fast and the Furious. She was the girl that with the scar thing, where they had to go get the scar out of the.
Yeah, she was the undercover
cop. Did the mole ever move, or was it my imagination? You see the mole? Does it move around, or is that just by?
No, it's there.
Okay, all right. I'm just checking.
That's Cindy Crawford that had that one.
Yeah, it was one of them that it was always somewhere else. Something going on with you, woman. But I did like Fast and Furious. That was a good episode there. It had the Paul Walker in it.
Yep.
Sure did. You're not going to know the name Kevin Conley, because I didn't. But I do remember the one time that he was in a movie that I would recognize.
Yeah.
What's up, Vern?
What's up, Vern?
As we go back to remember the remake of the Beverly Hillbillies. Y'all remember that?
And Vern takes on Jed.
Yeah. You got to give him credit. He really did play that part good as Jed Clampett.
He did. I'll give him that. He really did.
But he made it big off. It wasn't it start out with like Mellow Yellow or something like that?
Yeah, it was Mellow
Vern?
Yellow. What's up, Vern?
And he had a heart attack, died young. It was shocking. But of all the remakes that have ever happened, I have to give the Beverly Hillbillies probably one of the better attempts to make a funny movie. And as we all know, Miss Jane was after Jethro the whole time.
Yeah. The best friend was John.
John. Yeah, I married your best friend, John. Thank you, Jackie.
Oh, there's so many people coming up there. Rusty, everybody knew but us.
I don't think Conway's daughter ever done anything else outside of that song, but that was huge.
She didn't have to.
No, she didn't. Then they went and sold the mansion. Twitty City is gone.
Yeah.
All right, 1976, and I've seen the car. It exists. We go back to 1970. If Marty was here, he could tell us more about it, who built it and done it. But it weighed 60 pounds once it was done up at the courthouse, and they didn't think it was kind of funny because it was one piece at a time, and it didn't cost him a dime.
Oh, 64, 65, 66. 66.
Automobile. They snuck it out in his buddy's mobile home.
Jeff Tate says that Rush needs to come over here, and we need to go over there, and the two of them ask us questions from 1995 to the present.
Well, if they're important stuff, we would know it, wouldn't we?
Well,
some of these, I'm telling you, some of these actors that we got now, is it just me, or they just don't have any substance to them? And that's why I can't remember them. Like, I haven't watched Barbie. Did you go watch Barbie?
I haven't watched Barbie.
I know it was a big movie.
Watch much TV.
The last movie that I can think of that I really, really liked was Shooter. With Mark Wahlberg.
Shooter was good.
Man, that was good. And I give thumbs up to the transporter guy.
Oh, yeah,
Jason
Stamos.
Yeah.
Not Stamos.
Staten?
Maybe.
He's close. He's closer than we are.
That's what it is. He's closer than I am.
He's a pretty good actor. But the movies now, I mean, outside of Hallmark, our lives are ruined. That started the downfall. Pretty Boys, Kissing Up.
Statham. Thank you, Robin.
But Shooter was it truly was. But I find it hard finding a movie that I like anymore. And is it age, or is it just truly the movies aren't good?
Well, now they want to portray their sex and everything.
True.
And they cuss the entire way.
That's right.
And they have to...
it's like trying to get a biscuit in a store, everything you hear now.
Yeah. To get something funny across, they want to use cussing all the time, everything else. Minnie Pearl, we talked about her yesterday, could do that clean.
Yeah.
Baddies, I want to turn this name over. Bill Cosby.
He was funny back in the day.
Was funny back in the day and was clean.
Flip
Before
Wilson.
he got to the roofies and all that stuff, But you had clean people. And then
but like you take Grease, that was a chick flick, but it was a pretty good show. That's been probably 30, 40 years ago now. And the next best chick flick that I would give it would be The Notebook with James Garner.
No, I like The Notebook.
I mean, that would. Did you watch that, Rush? Let's find out.
I did.
You did? It was a pretty good show.
Tried at the end.
It did. You couldn't help it. I mean, they died
love
holding. It was touching.
Jerry Clower. Oh, you can't beat now, Jerry Clower.
One of us got to have some relief up in here.
Just shoot up here, Mark.
George Burns was also.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go back to 1980. Anybody remember the name Jay Silverheels? I know a lot of you going, well, he had another name that he went by.
Tonto.
It was Tonto. Yeah. He passed away today in 1980. He played his fateful running mate there, and that was a good show there. Wholesome.
Yeah.
And they went after old Clayton with all guns a-blazing after him. Now, 1982, this was funny. I don't care who you are. You remember the good old boys with the super glue on the motorhome?
Yeah.
And he couldn't get his boot off of it? And then, who hadn't had a girlfriend that was mad at him? Chased him with a gun down the street. Yeah. We're talking the Blues Brothers. Anybody remember that? John Belushi passed away on today, and, well, you guessed it, it might have been drugs involved with that.
No.
I'm just, going out on a limb here. But the Blues Brothers, I'm on a mission from God. We're getting the band back together.
We're getting the band back together.
Aretha Franklin played the part. We even had, what's his name from Mississippi? Boom, boom, boom. Johnny Lee Hooker was in the movie. They did the scene there. You had Ray Charles. It was a little bit of everybody. Funny. Yeah. And then there at the end, John Candy was in it. He played the cop as they were moving in on the stage.
And Dan Aykroyd.
He's a good actor.
In other movies, and he was good, but that was a movie that was right on the edge.
Yeah.
That was getting real close to that area you didn't cross. Oh yeah, it would offend somebody today.
In 1982, as we go to our next story, you know how I saved up my money. I made $2 an hour is what I made. I drove a tractor. That's how I made extra money. You go out and you bush hog $2 an hour. I saved up enough money the first week to buy a pair of cowboy boots. They were $100. I put in 50 hours that week. I made $100. Never forget it. And this song, and my next check, I bought the CD Rakin' Ramblin' Man. It was by Don Williams. And this was one of the songs that, as a kid, it influenced me. If Hollywood don't need you, honey, I still do. Oof. I'm not much good at writing letters. Y'all remember that? Don Williams, and If Hollywood Don't Need You. Tell old Bert that I've seen all his movies. Man, Don Williams was it. Now, let's put the camera on him. Do you happen to know what that song is?
I don't.
Oh, my gosh. We got a road supervisor that don't know a Don Williams song.
Yeah.
We're going to make you a CD to carry around with you there. That, my friends, I don't care what you do all day. Look that up. That is tough. 1994, this would come along. Mark Chestnut, a lot of you know him. He had a big old hit today called, I Just Wanted You to Know. Now, let me move that where you can see that. What is that? Yeah, let's make that big again.
There we go.
There, you can see it. But that was a big, big song for him. As we keep on, let's go to 2004. This old girl would change country music. This was the beginning of something new that came along out of Nashville. Yeah. And she was super, super redneck. I've met her.
That. I think she dipped snuff like I do.
She did. She stood up. I won't finish that. This came out in 2004, Redneck Woman. Do y'all remember the CD, Gretchen Wilson? It took the nation by storm simply because it talked about normal things of Walmart and things that you do. Christmas lights up all year long. Got to have all that. That happened on today. 1960, we got out of things. He'd end this. I'm sorry, I got my years mixed up here. We bring up this old boy from time to time, but he gave up his 2 years. It was over today. 1960, Elvis got to come home. If somebody that knows more than me, am I right in saying that Elvis's mama went over there and stayed where he was stationed? Am I right?
Oh, I don't know that.
I want to say it did. 2002, I know Rush was all about this. This was one of his shows. Him and Jeff Tate probably sat back and couldn't wait for it to come on. I watched one episode of that, and I thought, America can't be serious, can they?
He said, if y'all don't change your ways, I'm going back to England.
Go. Was it the drugs or could he just not talk?
Oh, I think it was the drugs.
I mean, it was like that man had problems.
Well, that man did a lot of drugs.
This is why you shouldn't fly your own airplane. I'm just going to give you an example. This happens all the time, right here. Harrison Ford crashed his expensive airplane right there on the golf course. He walked away. Leave it to the professionals that do this every day.
Somebody hit him with a golf ball.
Today, back in 2020, Pocahontas dropped out of the race. We just got to call it the way it really happened. She gave it up. She realized that she was beat. Here it is. I think I'll have a beer. Do y'all want to have a beer with me? Honey, would you like one? That was the biggest made-up scene I've ever seen.
At least she was smart enough to say, okay, I'm out.
She was smart enough. 2023, we would lose the last of the original members of Leonard Skinner today. As we remember, we lost Gary Rosington. He was the last original member of Leonard Skinner. He passed away on this day 1 year ago today.
Wow, named after their shop teacher.
Sure is. We'll be right back. More on the way with Rush.
Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts is located in downtown Quitman, directly across the street from the post office. They are your one-stop shop for all of your floral, a fully stocked gift shop to roses, mixed flower arrangements, and plants. Whether it be a special occasion or just because, remember them in your time of need for all of your funeral floral arrangements. Call on Fantasy Cottage Floral and Gifts at 601-776-3010.
Your next appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, drop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers. A showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen, Amana, and delivery is available. With a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. and by appointment after hours and weekends. Summertime has arrived and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. I know it's all nice and wet here, but I thought I'd show you what Idaho looks like this morning. As a friend of mine landed in Idaho yesterday, and, well, this is what they saw. It's snow everywhere.
You're in the wrong place. That's all I got to say.
That's a bunch of snow that came down there. Don't forget, this is coming up also, Odie, in May.
Oh, yeah.
Look at here. May the 4th, mark your calendars. Bud and Boiling.
Now, if you want a team, you've got to hurry up and do that. They're not going to have a whole lot of teams this year because of the demand for the crawfish. So there's not going to be as many crawfish as there was the past couple of years. So if you want a team, you do that now because they are going to limit this year.
All right, we need to talk about the who's who of Meridian. Pick out, because really and truly you see everybody here at this every year. This is it, the who's who. Pick out your best overhauls and come on down and join us a little bit later this morning as we'll be headed out to the big customer appreciation sale going on at Wilson Saw. Hot dogs, hamburgers always being chunked at you there. It's fun. You'll bump into somebody you know.
Oh, there's going to be a bunch of them there, and pick up something. Pick you up a generator, a chainsaw, whatever. Pick up something while you're there.
Always a good deal.
Good people. Edgar's going to be there.
Yeah. Edgar's always nice to us there.
Yeah.
Let's cut back across the counter here and take a look at him here. Let's talk about Liia. Where we are on the bridges on Liia Road.
So, as of last week, I think last Thursday, we opened up the first bridge, which is
right there by Northeast.
That's right. Right there just north of the Briarwood, Liia Road intersection. I said bridge. It's actually a box culvert there. Part of that same project was replacing another structure that's just north of...
is that Lost Horse?
Yes, north of Lost Horse, south of Frederickson Road, right in there. The contractor has moved in and shut that road down and has started demoing that old structure so they can start basically constructing the new. That was all part of the same project. It was bid out. Same contractor was awarded both of those.
Okay.
We did that for economical purposes.
Makes sense.
For sure. The reason the other structure that's just north of Briarwood was not paved is because it's going to, we're going to hold up on that until the second structure is complete. We'll do both the paving at the same time.
More economical,
Most
making
certainly.
sense to do that. I'm with you on that. Now, how long will this the second bridge be down, guesstimation wise?
These guys are pretty good. They've been doing this for 50-something years. As long as we have some decent weather, especially on the front end of the project, I don't suspect it being down too long. Typically, all replacements have about a 90 working day contract. I don't suspect it being that. I think.
Let me ask this: 'cause I get these comments made to me all the time of you're going home and your car falls off in a hole, and who do I call? If you've got a road that's got a lot of potholes and you don't know who do they call to report this stuff to?
The easiest way to do it is go to the website, lauderdalecounty.org.
We're not going to get like Josh Todd's home phone number to call and call. That's really what I wanted you to do.
Well, and a lot of people probably do that. Unfortunately, with that method, it has to go through, all kinds of people to get to where it needs to go. If you go online and you go to the lauderdalecounty.org website, it automatically populates. If you fill that out, I think it's on the home page, fill out that simple work order, it automatically populates into our box, and it goes from a work request to a work order.
Now, what if you're coming along and you notice somebody took a stop sign last night? Because that can be dangerous.
A lot of times that needs to be reported to 911 dispatch.
So call 911 on like if you come up with stop signs missing, because it could cost a life.
It could, and it's it's one of those things. When it's reported to us, we immediately act on it. Now a road sign, it's a little different. It's important, but it's not like a stop sign. That's right.
All right, I'm trying to get an update here real quick. So if you're out and about and you're heading into Meridian, our famous railroad bridge on Highway 80 West, old Highway 80 West.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, there's another trucker stuck up under it. So be careful if you leave the Interstate Meehan area and come down old Highway 80 West coming into Meridian, or vice versa if you're cutting through to get on the interstate and you use that area. There's another 18-wheeler that doesn't know how tall he is and just thought he could squeeze up under it, and he's now stuck.
Didn't work out, huh?
It didn't work out. Like I said, we've got more steering wheel holders than we do drivers now. But my GPS, I still don't never forget it when that fella dropped out of the truck, looked at Greg, and looked at his truck and said, "I almost made it."
Almost. You almost got there.
Yeah.
Those things happen. So we'll get your report from there as soon as we can about that. The condition always, when a railroad bridge is struck, it's got to be re-examined there for sturdiness. But I'm telling you, that bridge ain't never lost.
Nope.
You know, Bankhead Tunnel over in Mobile's got the best sign ever. And it says undefeated since 1943 or whatever else. And it's the same one. That bridge gets hit like ours does. But theirs is concrete. Ours is made out of wood.
Yeah.
And it's still standing. Whoever's doing that, we need y'all to come back.
They did a great job.
Yeah, they did.
Let me ask this, and you may not be able to. Somebody mentioned this in the comments earlier. They were asking about up by the Evangel Temple about roads being paved. And they didn't give me a specific road as to which one they were referring to. But now, of course, 45, that's a state highway there. The state would do that.
That's right.
Side roads, what do you know in that area?
Most of all the side roads around the Evangel Temple, we overlaid and or resurfaced within the past 2 years. They're not on the radar to be.
So if there's something we've missed.
Yeah, they're in good shape. As far as I know.
Go to the website if there's something that y'all don't know about.
Most certainly.
Or call Josh.
Now, Liia, on that second bridge, or I guess that was my question. Is that going to be a bridge, or is that a box covered on the one that's being done now?
That's a box covered as well.
Box covered.
Okay. All right.
And that's got to be poured in place, correct?
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
That's how all that works. We'll be right back. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rock House Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rock House Gun and Pawn. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're building, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and that's not me. Here I am.
Whoa. We're back again.
Now, we've had a lot of birthdays stroll in this morning, and we need to give away another mug this morning. This is the Report mug, along with Hyundai, who help us bring this to you every day. And, Odie, you ready to give this away?
Yeah, because Frank Boyd's having a birthday.
Go ahead, Frank.
Talbert Goldman's having a birthday today. My Walmart buddy.
Who's your Walmart buddy?
Hattie Williams is having a birthday today. I guess that'd be an inside joke. There's a few of us that know about that one. Don't tell nobody.
Okay, the rest of us don't know.
And then Annie Collier. This is Fire Chief retired, Jason Collier's grandmother.
Oh.
104.
Wow.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Man, that is awesome.
Well, anybody, number one, let me say this. Anybody that's over 100, we're going to give them a mug anyway. They need a mug.
Yeah, yeah. So, dun, 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 dun. Well, winner, chicken dinner, number 4, Miss Annie won
it. Congratulations.
So, the good Lord thought, well, yeah, she does need that.
Yes, sir.
So, man, tell Jason to come pick that up for you.
What is this about? You having a birthday over here that we're just reading about? When was your birthday?
February 29th.
Yeah,
we had a real one this
leap year, because we joked about you being like 9.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
As we get ready, we had some questions about Murphy Road that a few folks are wanting to know about. What can you tell us there?
I know a lot of the comments just are in regards to how long the bridge has been closed. And just to answer some of that, we're getting ready to bid out that project.
So something's going to be done.
Most certainly. The issues we had there, one with right-of-way acquisition. We just finally finalized all of that and got the acquisition that we needed. But the other is dealing with the rechanneling of that stream, state waters. We're having to shift that bridge, that structure, north of the existing location, probably about 150 feet. And this is really due to kind of the encroaching driveway there on the south side.
Yeah.
It would be impossible to meet the standards and specs of state aid in its current position. So
it's got to be adjusted.
For sure. And this one was definitely a little tricky. And because of that, obviously there was some difficulty with right-of-way acquisition, but luckily we got all that resolved and we're moving forward.
So we got about 4 bridges that we're currently trying to take care of. Do you have on your radar more to come after this? Will there be some more?
No, certainly. Too many to list, and it's a lot more than 4.
It's a whole bunch coming.
Yeah, I would say there's probably, at all times, probably 25 to 30 that's...
Ooh. And if you were a guessing man, how many years does it take to replace that many? Is that like a 2-year all of them, or are we talking?
Yeah, it's impossible to place them all at one time because you would literally trap folks. I think the best example I can give is it's like a strategic game of chess. Obviously, you want to tackle the ones that have high traffic volumes, are in bad shape or deteriorating fast.
And then have to determine when the best time when it would be lower traffic in some areas to do something. It schools out if that cuts back on traffic too.
Most certainly. There's a whole lot of things that play a factor in a bridge replacement.
All right. Well, Rush, we thank you for coming in this morning and talking with us about this. As always, how can they reach your office if they need to talk to you? How do people get in touch with you?
I think my number's wrote on most of the bathroom stalls.
Get him. But can you go through the website and get that?
Most certainly. I don't want to give my number out on here.
Okay, yeah, we'll hold off. But they can reach you through the lauderdalecounty.org site?
Most certainly. I mean, most everybody have no problem getting a hold of me. So.
They seem to find you no matter where you're at. Look for him on aisle 3 today.
That's right.
That's right. He'll be there.
We do appreciate you, man, coming in. Again, as we carry on this morning, expect it to be some rain. Let's look at radar real quick here before we close out this morning of what's going on, where the rain is. Right now, let me turn off this severe weather map so you can see the actual radar. Pull that down, Odie, and here's radar this morning. Again, as you can see, this is starting to move in just west of Monroe. Natchez is about to get a storm, and it will come across East Mississippi eventually by late afternoon. So expect some rain in our forecast. Again, the worst of the weather will not hit the Meridian area, but stay in Jackson on that west side. Our turn will come Friday morning from, say, daybreak till about noon. As this nears, we'll be filling in on that. Odie, you going to get us out of here?
Yeah, we're looking at counting days now for our new radar. So it's getting down to where we'll be able to have this and get even better image. So that's coming. I saw a couple of comments on that. But one thing we always want to do is leave you with a little bit of Jesus to bring you through your day. And Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." He will be the one that will give you everlasting life. Heaven there's only one way, and that's through our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and to give your life over to him and let his blood shed over you and give you the best life you can ever dream of. We'll be back in 23 hours. It'll be a Wednesday. Hump Day's coming. Thank y'all for being with us. We wouldn't do it without you. We love you. Have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.